All right, so this is going to be another DVD review. This one is the fourth disc on Dawn of the Dead. It's called Documentaries, and there are four documentaries, not coincidentally, on disc four. I'm not sure what's on disc two or disc three. There's just the uncut version and the European version and the documentaries on Netflix. I'm not sure what else is out there, and I'm not sure what whether any of these documentaries are on my ex-wife's VHS tape if she still has it. Um, so getting to the documentaries, the first one is looks like it's more modern or more recent, and it has Dario Argento, George Romero, Tom Salvi, and a bunch of zombies. So it's kind of behind the scenes look at the film. I think it's a great documentary. It delves a little bit into George Romero's theme of Americans being a bunch of zombie consumers, almost a satirical look at the American consumer society, and um, and it looks into the difficulties of filming in a mall. It also talks about how it was internationally financed by Argento's group. I'd like to see the European version, Zombie, because it has Goblin music in it. So that's probably the next thing that I'm going to put on my Netflix queue once I get it down to below 500. For some reason, Netflix only allows you to list 500 DVDs, and then it'll start adding stuff from your save queue, but not very much, maybe 40 at most. So I think I have about 515 on my Netflix queue right now, and I've got to wait for it to go down to 4.99 before I can add Zombie or Dawn of the Dead European version. Um, so that's the first documentary. Very cool. There are some clips from there are a lot of clips from Dawn of the Dead. The most gruesome parts of it. Actually, the second documentary is better because it's more old school. It has a lot of clips from Martin, which is my favorite George Romero movie. I'm not a big fan of Night of the Living Dead. Um, I thought that movie was boring, black and white zombie movie. I mean, there's nothing special about it. They talk about the camera angles and great movie making skills with the camera, but I didn't really see that much. I thought it was I thought it wasn't that great. I mean, they tried to make it into a civil rights movie um, with racist cops and police dogs and whatever. But yeah, it didn't really fit in a zombie movie. I guess Romero was just trying to show a sign of the times. I like Dawn of the Dead much better because it was more of a comment on not on racism and civil rights, but on stupid Americans shopping at malls. They behave just like zombies, and when they become zombies, they behave the same way. So that was cool. Um, some of the earlier movies prior to Martin, in between Night of the Living Dead and Martin, I wanted to see the movies like Crazies and stuff, really low budget, um, obscure movies from George Romero that didn't make any money. Those are the movies that I really want to see. So yeah, the only thing I didn't like about the second documentary was that George Romero whines a lot about how independent filmmaking is sort of drying up, and there isn't much of a market for that. There aren't many producers who are willing to spend 1 million, 2 million on guys like him who just want to do whatever they want, become European director or whatever. Um, so George Romero, if you're watching this video, I've got lots of money. I can produce your movies if you want. I'll be happy to do Joe Castro, or who's that other director who's looking for money? Oh, Barry J. Gillis. He's always looking for producers. So this is sort of like an open letter to you three, George Romero, Barry J. Gillis, and Joe Castro. If you want to holla me, just let me know. Post a comment in this video, and within a couple years, we can get your movie done. So cool. I never really thought of myself as a movie producer, but I guess if George Romero wants to whine and complain that there's not enough independent movie producers out there, I guess I'll fill the need. And cool, yeah. That's about all I wanted to say. There are a couple other documentaries on here, real short, like 12, 14 minutes each. One is a home movie made by the zombie in Dawn of the Dead, using a really cheap camera from the video camera from the 70s. So that was kind of boring. I didn't really care for that. There's another boring video where they sort of walk through, the actors and the fans sort of walk through the old shopping mall in Pittsburgh. And you get to see how modern it is now, the JCPenney's and the Cinnabon and all the other stores there. Looks nothing like the movie, but the fish, the little fish pond is still there, the boiler room and the stairs. That part hasn't changed, so yeah, that was kind of boring. Not that great, but it was okay. Overall, I gave the DVD 5 stars on Netflix. So, like I say, I don't know if one of the documentaries is on the VHS tape, but since I haven't seen it in about 7 years, I've forgotten. But looks like familiar stuff and cool stuff for Dawn of the Dead fanatics. Great movie and great documentaries on this. So check it out. It's hotter than hell up here in my townhome, by the way. There's no air conditioning, so I'm wearing one of those Republican golf shirts in case you're interested. Okay, laters everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Late.